guys feel at home. Mungu awabariki.
Hello everyone again. I am so very happy to see your faces. I am again Chelsea Malard. It's a simple name. It sounds difficult usually, but it's quite simple. It's Elziba Chelsea Malard. So I'm going to take you through Phyl. So Phyl obviously is Pamoja for Haki Youth League. Phyl, we have our mission, our visions, and our values that I'm going to take you through. So our number one mission obviously is to bring youth together, to unite them, to empower them, to educate them, and to give them the ability to fight for a county that is prosperous and just. Our vision is to have definitely a very prosperous county, which is Nyanza, and obviously, hopefully we can go to other places as well. Our values are obviously truth. We have to do everything in truth and honesty. We have to be united. We have to have courage most of all, and we require that everyone has accountability, and of course we are including everyone, so inclusivity. All right, I'm too nervous for now. Hopefully I'm going to say you more as we move. I'm going to say goodbye.
Thank you very much, NC. Thank you very much, all of you. So, as I stand in front here, my name is Hakim Amos Etienne. So, I want us to go through our strategic plan, because in an organization, there must be a plan. In an organization such as this, we have heights we need to reach, and we have a definitive way of reaching those heights.
Our vision, because we are seeing far. We might be here, but we have somewhere that we are seeing. It must be in a position that you can see. That is why it's called a vision. So, a just, united, and a prosperous county led by fearless youth. We are not limited to the county alone. So we will spread our wings, and we will reach the whole country. So that is where we are, and that is what we see, and that is where we want to be. Next page, please. To mobilize, the mission to mobilize, educate, and organize youths to demand justice and fight oppression as per Article 3 of the Kenyan Constitution. We are law-abiding. That is the number one thing. We are very law-abiding, and we follow everything as per the book, the Kenyan Constitution 2010. Our core values are truth, unity, courage, accountability, and inclusivity. So as a young youth-led CBO focused on justice, advocacy, youth empowerment, and fighting oppression in Kisumu, Phyl's direction is anchored in its constitution, finalized in 2025, the founding of objectives and recent milestones, including this launch. This three-year framework emphasizes growth, visibility, institutional strengthening, and scalable community impact while maintaining strict non-partisanship and transparency. Key strategic objectives 2026-2029: empower youth, women, and persons with disabilities, economically and socially. So mostly we focus on, because as a young group, we do not want to hold things that might be heavier than we can carry. So we will be seeking small communities. We'll be focusing majorly on slum areas. So those are the places that we start. Hopefully we get bigger. But for now, we are focusing on the small areas that might not stretch our budgetary means. And then to provide dignity kits to vulnerable adolescent school-going girls. This is a project that we are, immediately after this launch, we are currently undertaking. The chairperson, I think he might just touch on it when he'll be speaking. Build entrepreneurship and business skills for income-generating activities among youth, women, and PWDs. There are trainings that we will do. Phyl contains brilliant minds, but they know how to organize such kinds of things. So there are trainings that we will do that might need a few partners here and there. So we are stretching out a hand. Once we come together, great things happen. There are partner organizations. Definitely, I'm sure we'll work together. And then Number 4, design and implement community projects that improve the quality of life and reduce poverty. It goes back to the number 1. At the end of the day, whatever we are going to do, we need to lift up the community from where it is. There must be a change that we bring. So that change is what number 4 says. Number 5, promote healthcare initiatives in the community. When you, for example, let me say, when you pad a girl, there's a way you affect positively her health. Because at the end of the day, we need healthy minds and healthy body. So when you impact somebody positively in such a manner, that is why they are called dignity kits, because it protects the dignity of a person. So when you protect somebody mentally like that, you are improving their health as well. At the end of the day, the health is the number 1, both mentally and physically. Organize charity work for less fortunate members. This now might happen between 2027 and 2028. Some of these steps are too early, but we want to communicate with the public at large, but these are some of the things that we plan on doing, and we intend to do them. But everything takes time. Between 2026 and 2027, we are facing some rocky bottoms, but as we maneuver them, we are planning for the 2027, 2028, 2028, 2029. But within this year, the available options and the ones that meet our budget needs, they will be there, and we will complete them. Deliver civic, social, economic, and life skills education. These are the trainings that I talked about. And then number 8, support sustained income generating projects targeted at priority groups. So, it is a graph projection on civic education that we want to measure in informal settlements. So, between 2024 and 2025, that is the light green, I don't know whether it's light green or luminous. So, the first bar is between 2024 and 2025. As you can see, it was leading around 40% in Manyata, 45% in Nyalenda, in Obunga Kanyakwar it's 40%, in Kanyameda Hogon it's 27%, in Nyamasarya it is at 50%, in Kaloleni it's at 47%. So that is between 2024 and 2025. Between 2025 and 2026, I think it was, I know it was mostly by the Gen Z protests that happened in 2024, in July, and then civic education became something that most youths were interested in, and they realized that the graph shoots a bit, not much, but it shoots a bit. So we are dealing with a youth group that have accepted to be taught, that have accepted to learn. And that is why mostly, when the chairman will be describing, that is why Phyl was formed. It was formed out of ambition from the youth protests in 2024. So, between 2025 and 2026, we realized there's an increase. Now, 2026 and 2027, this is now, since Phyl is coming into the public, we will take it upon ourselves to ensure that if not more, then we project it to in Manyata will be at around 58%, up from 55%. When I say you wonder why it is 3%, there are some places that if you access them, you need more than luck to get into the minds of the people. You need time, you need to speak to them, you need to give them something. There's a way you are welcomed in somebody's home. So for us to be welcomed fully and for them to listen to us, it will need some really good convincing and some empowerment here and there. When you empower them, they believe that you came here to help. So in Manyata, in Nyalenda, in Obunga Kanakwar, the projections are they are more 3%, positive 3%, 3%, 3%. We are being realistic. It is not easy. So we are being realistic, and we project a 3% increase from 2025-2026. In Nyamasaria, I realize the graph shoots. It shoots by more than around 10%. Nyamasaria generally contains a mixed population. There are people from other areas that live there. So education is easy to come. They accept, we realize that they accept a lot of people. They will listen to you. It doesn't cost much to empower people from areas like Nyamasaria, unless now you go deep into the outskirts of Nyanza. Kaloleni as well, it's an urban rural, so the level of education is high a bit, and their acceptance now becomes easier to learn. Between 2027 and 2028, there's no much difference, because we are seeing elections might interfere with our work a little bit and the campaigns. So there's a small difference in between 2027 and 2028. 2028, 2029, we will not stop at 2029, but between 2027 and 2028 and 2029 in Manyata, there's a 5% increase. In Nyalenda, it's a 5% increase. In Obunga Kanyakwar, it's a 6% increase. In Kanyamida Kogoni, it's a 6% increase as well. Nyamasaria, it's a 7% increase, and then in Kaloleni, it's a 5% increase. Next page. Priority pillars and actions 2026-2029. Number 1, growth and institutional strengthening. Expand membership to at least 1,500. It's a good thing that some of us here have already pledged membership. So the docket involved, I'm sure, will be very busy. Between 18 and 35 years by the end of 2029. And then once we expand, now we come to the things that we want to do, because we are going to enforce inclusivity. When we come together and we speak as a group, as a large group, it is easy for people to listen, because we have the numbers. So 50% women in leadership, minimum 5% PWD representation, establish transparent financial systems, monthly reports, quarterly dashboards, and external audits. We don't take our support for granted. That is why in each and every year, we'll be producing audit reports that will be made public, and it improves inclusivity generally. Conduct regular training on governance, non-violence, and digital ethics. Number 2, public launch and visibility. Success between 2026 and 2029, we plan that we will successfully execute the official launch, which we have done. So give a hearty clap to yourselves, guys. You have done a good job. Build a strong online presence. Our digital strategies, I think we'll have this time, will give us. And then youth-friendly campaigns. Produce branded merchandise and visibility materials for sustained awareness. Number 3, advocacy and education. Intensify civic education, anti-GBV campaigns, legal aid clinics, and leadership workshops. The big point here is partnerships. When we come together, we will do a lot of things easier. So we realize that we are projecting it for the next 3 years. Between the first year, I'm sure we are making arrangements and agreements. And then the second, great things will happen. Maintain a strict partisanship policy in all agreements. Use digital activism responsibly to amplify justice issues. Partnerships and sustainability. Point to note, secure ethical funding, crowdfunding and changa. Merchandise sales, like those ones. I'm sure they will explain. There is somebody that will explain what happens there. And then workshops, diaspora support, and grants. Form alliances with aligned NGOs, youth groups, and institutions, just like I said. Ensure full financial transparency and accountability, and then no prohibited sources. Impact scaling and community projects. Roll out the first wave of tangible interventions, dignity kit distribution, entrepreneurship training, and health outreach. Track progress quarterly via dashboards and annual reviews. Evaluate and scale successful pilots in 2027. So 2027, like I told you, during that election time, we'll be evaluating the things that we've done, and we'll be seeing where we fall short and where we've fallen short for the first 2 years. Okay, now the disclaimer, this framework will be reviewed and if appropriate, expanded into a more detailed plan following the official launch and the first full annual general meeting. All members, supporters and partners are encouraged to actively participate in realizing this vision. So that is why I talked of support. All of us, both partners and the members, when we come together, we will realize this vision. Only if a single person maybe can fail to make something work, but when you come together, you realize that minds come together, ideas come together, and then you do things in a speedy way rather than it would have been. So thank you very much. That was my time. My name is Akim. Karibuni sana. For haki. Nimechangamka sasa. Ladies and gentlemen, sana sana ladies. My name is AOD. Vile mnaambiwa ama IOD. I am the digital communication strategist at Pamoja for Haki Youth League, and today I'm here with amazing panelists. We have the amazing Millie here. Millie, introduce yourself to this amazing crowd.
Is it morning or afternoon? Good morning, Phyl. Good morning, youth. So, us here, we are your panelists for today, and we hope to have an engaging session, a wonderful session. We just want you people to speak to us because we are going to be discussing about youth and the problems facing youth, and all of us here are youth. Even if you're not a youth, I know you've experienced, right? So my hope is that we have a very productive session. Thank you.
Wapi makofi ya Millie? Wapi makofi ya Millie bana? Yes, sir. And on my left side is the amazing Modesta. Modesta, introduce yourself to this amazing crowd.
Good morning. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
Just as you've been told, I'm Modesta Amondi. In our panel discussion today, just as Millie has told you, we are going to discuss some of the challenges facing the youth, and I expect interactive session so that at least we help each other during this session. Thank you.
Weza! Kuna mayuthi huku ndani. Weza! Kuna mwenye anafanya hivi. Nichude. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to sit down with my panel here and let's get this thing on the road. First of all, we have to understand what we are going to talk about today. Pamoja for Haki has the word youth in it. And who are the youth? Who are the youth in our today's society? Nani ndo ma youth? Who can we consider youth? Oburu Odinga is a youth leader, right? So who is the youth? Dr. Oburu Odinga is the youth leader. So tell us, who are the youth today? I want to hear it from just one person in the crowd so that we understand who the youth are. Tunaweza kuwa nimekaa hapa hivi, kumbe mimi si youth. Ni Dr. Oburu Odinga ni youth. Sawa sawa. So who's going to be able to tell us who the youth are? Weza. Hala. Ushangamke, kwa hii session sasa ni yetu sisi wote. Sawa? Once more. So from my little knowledge that I gained from my little high school, I need to suppose an age between 18 to 35. So, what do you think about it? Okay. So, anasema 18 to 35. That's the range in youth. Hakuna 35 times 2. Ni 35 tu peke yake. So that's the exact. Asante sana my brother. Let's give him a full clap. A happy full clap. Yeah. So the youth actually between 18 not between 25 to 35. 18. So what's it to accommodate kila mtu, right? So 18 to 25 years. And it's true that in our society, the people between 18 and 25 years, we face a lot of challenges. There's a lot of things that we don't talk about often, and that we need to address, and we need to put out there so that fellow youth can understand that we have a voice, and we have people behind us who can help us achieve what we want in this society. Play a big part or a big role in our political scene, in our social change, in employment, in social diversity, and everything. Sisi ndio wenye social media, si ndio? Ama ni wazi?
Hivyo.
Batubura binga kwa TikTok. Maana najua account yake. Yeah, so we play a big role in social change. So that's what we're going to discuss here. Feel free, feel open. Kila mtu, every answer is right, okay? There is no wrong answer. So we're going to start with Modesta here. She's going to take us through her role as a youth in the society today. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to be discussing the role of youth in the society. First of all, I'll classify them economically, politically, and socially. So, politically, we as youth, we have our roles in the society. And one, we as youth should be engaging in civic educations. Civic education is whereby kuna vitu kama right now we are having people are taking the IDs. You should at least come out as numbers, mobilize other youths so that they can come out, register as voters, so that in the forthcoming elections we can come out as youth and vote the leaders wenye tunataka in our society. Are we together in that? Two, another political role we have.
Just a minute. I think it's very important what you've said, that youth needs to take an active role in like electing, in elections. We all know that we have the numbers, right? So we can make a change. That change we want, it is us to start making it. We can actively take part in elections, in airing our issues, in voicing our concerns, because all of these things politically, they affect us, and we all know that they affect us. Ama nani hapa vitu ni mzuri tu kwake? Yeah? Oh, you. You are not a youth. Okay, I'm going to give you the floor actually. I just want to hear from you guys. What are the forms of gender-based violences that you know of?
Unemployment.
Nimepatikana Well, gender-based violence takes a number of forms, but the closest I can relate is violence committed by persons closer to you. For example, a husband against his wife. Yes.
So domestic violence, a round of applause for him, please. Another form of gender-based violence, and I'm just going to take it random. Yes.
Okay, good morning everyone again.
Good morning.
And we have various types of violence, which the one I know, I think my brother was talking about, is about gender-based violence. It's called physical violence, whereby it involves your kupiga mtu, and then we also have another type of violence that is emotional type of violence. This imply kwa like deal na emotions na my feelings za mazee, ndio. So I think I also know of that.
Clap for him, please. He's talking about emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. So that's another point. Thank you. Yes.
We also have economic violence, whereby they use their resources to manipulate others. Yeah, I think that's also a form of violence.
Yes, people are bright here. Every clap for yourself. You people are bright. You economic violence. Hey, this one should go. You're a lecturer. You need to go.
When you have a question about economic violence, before we continue, mimi ile ni unakataa kulipa fare ama Mjingo tu, hiyo ndio yenye unakataa kulipa fare?
Hapana, unaona hii
ama anakula fare.
Hii ni ile baby akikataa kitu na unataka kutumia pesa yako ili afanye hiyo kitu, umlazimisha nayo.
It's coercing somebody using your resources. Thank you so much. That was a very good point.
I think that gender-based violence is violence that could happen to you because of your gender. For example, if as a woman I go to look for a job as an engineer and you say no, because you're a woman you cannot do this well. Or if a man wants to look for a job as maybe as a nanny or as a nurse or just like jobs that are gender-based or considered for women. So I feel like that is a form of gender-based violence because it's happening to you because of your gender or your sex.
I told you people are bright. Professional hazards, right? You're discriminated like, I am a woman, I cannot vie for certain posts, I cannot do certain jobs that are considered male-dominated. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
So I'd just love to tell us that whenever we hear about gender-based violence, we usually really like classifying it as a woman thing. I want to say that gender-based violence, it really covers both genders, both the male and the female. Our women representatives at the county levels, they represent both genders. It's only that they've been sent out there to balance the number of being that politically we assume that the male persons have dominated the political seats. So their position is not only to go and represent the women, they have the roles also kutetea wanaume kwa society, because we've learned that in as much as women are expressing themselves, are coming out in numbers to say one or two things that, or the injustices that are going through, we learn that also the boy child ananyanyaswa na amenyamaza. They don't have the rightful person to approach because they assume that now that the office of the women representative is there, only the women can go there and air out their injustices or their voices and whatever is taking place. We want to tell men that you have also the opportunity. Kama unanyanyaswa mahali, usikae mahali na unapigwa ama you are getting harassed sexually somewhere. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Modesta. Okay. So there are some hands up. I'm going to pass the mic.
Okay. Allow me to answer a certain question here. It's concerning the women. You say that we have the women reps from the counties.
Yes.
Okay. You have said that they are representing also the boy child, right? So what I know that women are there just to achieve that two-third agenda role. But a question to you, sorry. So it means that come 2027, you can also receive male who want to be a women rep.
Okay, thank you. Just I've said,
Phyl. Unfortunately, I blame youths for this. Because when you go to parliament, there is no women rep. It's called a county member of parliament. So when we humanize it down, women rep, it's upon ourselves to do this. So ukienda kwa assembly, inaitwa county member of parliament. I think somebody's getting me right somewhere. Okay.
Thank you so much. Did you know that? No, guys, did you know that?
We are learning.
We are really learning. Thank you so much. What did you say your name was?
Let's go with Magma KE.
Thank you so much. We are learning every day, right? We are learning every day. Any other person with a burning concern? Okay.
No, that is my research. Women are bad creatures. If you don't treat them right, let me tell you, kwanza mama anajua right yake on the tips. First of all, if you have a woman who is learning, you will suffer, my friend. So don't hide, men. See, nowadays we are in a civilized world. You see, the future ati mimi ni mwanamume, I have to be strong.
No, our politicians hutumia youth vibaya hiyo time ya politics. I want to urge us that before you take any action to support such and such a person in whatever the position they are vying for, think twice. Usitumike vibaya. Yeah, thank you. It was such a good session, and I'll hand it back to Ayudi.
Food is meant for everyone. Women's a home, a place to be safe, a place to feel happy. It's fun. Thank you for listening to this session. I wish we had more time to talk more about it, but time is not on my side. We have very important people who need to speak to us, but they have limited time. So thank you for joining us, and I'll take it back to the ANC. Have yourself a lovely Friday afternoon.
Thank you so much, Maxi, for this opportunity. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, thank you. I'm Jonkin Ochiu. Yes, a student and a youth leader. Now, I'll to Americanas. First, thank you so much, the team, for the invitation for this launch. I'm happy for you and congratulations. Yes. So, now about the importance of youth leadership. What you are doing here is already a solution to what we have been discussing since morning. Kama ni mambo na gender-based violence, kama ni mambo na unemployment and other things. Like unemployment, I told you before that this initiative, haijakuwa formed to just to impact the society and again to improve our procedure. So you understand the meaning of mfuko? Yes. Then, so I know you have different initiatives that you are doing that honestly I still don't know the thematic areas of you people are focusing, but I know one of it is about the youth leadership empowerment. Let's continue to empower each other so that we are well equipped to challenge our bigger people. For example, Dr. Odinga, because I heard you mention them, but akiwaletea pesa hapa si utachukua na tuchukue hizo pesa, sio? Okay, then By the I have my own initiative called Wheels for Trees. It's a disability-led organization that is working with inclusion and disability. I'm trying to bring persons with disability on board, letting with what's going on. I'm passionate about climate change. Being that climate change is a global issue now, so I've tried to come up with this initiative since 2023 after attending Africa Climate Summit 1. And through that, I've done a lot, and I've traveled different countries just to continue this initiative. Because you realize the challenges as persons with disability face in Kenya and at world, but there's some of the achievements that you have done. Yes, I don't have much to say, but I heard that you mentioned about the disability, that you also considered persons with disability. Yeah, please consider young people's disability in this your initiative that you have launched. I'll be happy and come back and we see how we can partner together. Yeah, I don't have much to say because I'm rushed to a certain funeral. One of us, I think you may know him. He's called Bill Kaunda. Died to a road accident in Nairobi. So we are going to bury him in Kayabiju through the youth suite. Thank you. And karibu sana mheshimiwa.
Hiyo ni ya mheshimiwa ama ni yake? Yake. Aya, rudia tena. Awesome. Asanteni sana. So let's have Comrade Boni. Akuje, yes. Comrade Boni take a seat because of so many reasons we cannot explain at the moment.
Viva comrades, viva. More power to the youth organizing, more power. More power to Phyl, more power. More power to young people who are leading in the front lines, more power. People power. Our power. My comrades, who are the people? Who are the people? Thank you so much. I totally appreciate the organizers of this event, the leadership of Phyl, for converging us today to gather and speak as a community and even discuss possibilities and ways of working together. I'm totally humbled by this event. I pass my apologies for coming in late. As most of you may be aware, I'm going through a situation and I know itakuwa poa ama ni aje wazee. Na represent organization inaitwa Kisumu Peace and Justice Center. Office yetu iko pale Molen. It's painted now and written very boldly, so ukipita tu hiyo Nairobi Road, if you check on the right side if you're coming from town, or on the left side if you're coming from Ahero, I'm sure you'll see where the center is. Our work basically involves supporting the underprivileged, the disadvantaged members of the community to access justice channels. And I just came from my sick bed because I saw one very important word in the name of this organization. Inaitwa haki. So that is something I'm very passionate about, and that is why I'm here. So thank you so much for the invite, comrade. Thank you. Young people all over the world have always been on the front line of fighting for justice and in any revolutionary moment. And I think it is very obvious from even what we saw happening in Kenya in the last 3 years. Revolution was just not a one-day affair. It is a continuous process. So hata tusiite 2024. Mpaka sasa bado unaendelea. Ama nyinyi mshawacha. So we must continue organizing as young people to ensure that we take our place in changing our community. Each of us must find their purpose. If my comrade who just spoke identifies with climate change, wewe tafuta yako. Is it like my comrade Chelsea, who's doing something about GBV and doing important research? Is it about Phyl, when unachukua pia haki? Wewe yako ni gani? Una play purpose gani ya ku make sure unasongesha Kenya mbele? We have the upcoming elections, and young people must not just organize, but organize for political power. Tunaelewana wazee? Inamaanisha that lazima tukue tayari kuchukua ushukani kwa siasa. So ukikaa hapa na uone ati Onyango ame-identify na Oron, Otieno ame-identify na Ojienda, Ogutu ame-identify na Aduma, sijui nani ame-identify na nani, usianze kumpiga vita. Let that young person take that space. Wacha atu-represent kwa hiyo space yenye ni accept, na sisi tumsupport hapo. The reason I'm saying that is I've noticed that we are being set up for online war, and it portrays us as divisive, and any other person who might want to associate or identify with any youth formation anaogopa kwa sababu anaona ati wale wanatukananaga na sisi sana, ama wale ni watu wanani, wale ni wawapi. Wacha kila mtu aingie. And I can tell you today, mimi saizi hakuna politician siwezi fika kwake, iwe ni Nyumu, hata Ruto, hata Raila, hata nani, because I have a young person near him who I can just call na nimwambie, niaje, there's this situation that I think that person you identify with can sort. Maybe we can take that approach, but we must remember our values and morals as young people. We've spoken about unemployment, and that is very key. The reason why job creation is a key topic even in the United States is because that is the way of wealth distribution. Kama hauna kazi, there's no way you can start creating wealth and even distributing it to others. And if we start fighting other young people who are in different places, you never know matunda itaangukia wapi. Wacha hata ikiangukia Boni, ujue nani alikuwa na identify na Boni, unaweza mpigie ufikie Boni, ama you can reach Boni or whoever Boni is supporting. That is probably a strategy that we can employ. I want to extend a working relationship with Phyl, because as a person who's been very passionate about the fight for justice, I think that this is a very important ally comrade. And in our fight, we always have to do it from a point of information. I shared, I've brought a little gift here. It is a very humble gift, comrade, that I wanted to probably kickstart this conversation with. Kickstart. But then I also want to give you a challenge that visitors at Kisumu Peace and Justice Center, and we shall also give you a box full of materials and resources that I am sure will help you in your struggle for justice. So I don't know who I will give this to, comrade. You can direct me. Who do I share this with? So these are just 5 copies of the Kenyan Constitution. You can also download it. Sarah, but it is just to support at whatever work or space that you will be in, and I'm sure it will support the community. Please receive my hand. Lastly, why we must fight for justice. Comments as a people, as a community, for over 80 years, for over 80 years, we have never experienced 5 consecutive years without violence, without grievous human rights violations, without loss of lives and properties. For over 80 years. Hata Sudan ilipigana 20 years na wakagawanishwa, South Sudan ikae peke yake na Sudan ikae peke yake. Sisi for over 80 years hatujai come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years bila the kind of brutality that we witnessed during the Gen Z protests. And I was glad, not in a bad way, that that violence occurred, because now the whole country wamejua that your branding, your profiling that what will be violent has always been a tactic that is used by the powers that be. That the young people are also branded as violent, the young people were brutalized, young people were abducted, young people were maliciously charged. We have young people whose property and lives were lost just because they were taking a front row in fighting for this country. That is what we have been doing as a community. But that struggle continues. It is worst, especially in this current regime, because this current regime, 2022 there was that brutality, 2023 there was that brutality, 2024 bado imekuwa, 2025 imekuwa. I don't know how 2026 will be, but 25th June bado tutakuwa pale to make sure that we commemorate that revolutionary day. Msiogope, msishtuke, bado tutakuwa tu pale kwa front lines. What we must make sure we do is that we remain committed to the struggle of liberating Kenya, because hiyo ndio kitu sisi wote tunataka. Viva comrades, viva! More power to the people, more power! More power to our African women, more power! More power to our comrades who are giving their lives in the struggle, more power! Viva comrades, viva! Viva comrades, viva!
All right, asanteni sana to our partners. You are doing an amazing work, and we appreciate the work that you do. At this point, I want to invite Honorable Adan to come and say hi. After that, we will have Honorable Oda to also say hi to us, and then we will have our guest speaker also come and give us some remarks. Tuko karibu kumaliza, msichoke. Tuko karibu kumaliza. Sawa sawa. All right, karibu sana. Oh, DJ tufanye hivyo. Fanya hivyo. Afanye hivyo. Haya, atulida alafu tuendelee gani hata sasa. DJ. Amesema tupatie the next person. Yeye tupatie the next person atatuhype. Sawa. Haya, tumpigie makofi.
Thank you very much. Leo umenipata mbaya, but I'm coming for dancing classes anyway. Good morning, good afternoon everyone. Hamjambo. My name is Abdikadir Adam. I don't carry the title of Honorable. That one belongs to Honorable Jacqueline Ngutia, who is our regional coordinator. I am the Deputy Regional Coordinator, Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. We have an office at Insurance Plaza, 3rd floor. That office serves 11 counties in this region, including Kisumu. I'm told I'll come back later to say one or two things. Asanteni kwa kutukaribisha.
Asante sana. Let's have Honorable Oda to come and say hi as well. Tumkaribishe tafadhali.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to say it's an honor to be invited by this group, actually Minister and my friends in my case, and I told them I'll pass by even for 2 minutes, because today being a weekend, we were a serious container of Kisumu Central. It is not a joke, it's a lot of work. So it's my honor and pleasure to be invited by this young, energetic, beautiful and handsome young people. So nipigie makofi. My friend Bobby is here, and some other friends of mine also here. It's my honor and pleasure to be with people here. Secondly, for those who don't know me, now let me officially introduce myself. I'm the immediate former member of Parliament for Kisumu Central, and indeed you are incoming member of Parliament, Fred Odhiambo Ouda. Na asanteni sana kwa kusimama na mimi vijana. hata mimi sijazeeka. I don't know what age vijana wanaishia, sijui wanaishia wapi. Na sasa mkiniangalia jamani, nimeshaenda sana kule I'm just around. I'm around, sio? Sijaenda, bado niko. Kama Ruto ndio kijana, bado anasema yeye ni kijana. So na mimi je, sema ni bado ni kijana rudi. Thirdly, the last time I was here, I told you, right from my early days in Nyanza primary, I was one of the best actors in the primary this country produced. And when I went to Nyanza high school, you can check, 1994, I was one of the best actors in 1995, Kisumu Boys Nationals. I was the second runners up. Kakamega High School, Nairobi School in 1996. I was the first runners up. And again, in 1997, Kakamega High, I was the best actor. That also informs you why I do a lot of things, which is part of it. So, in all these things, they end up somewhere in life, even when you make good use of yourself. When I tell people, in everything that you do, discipline is paramount, and focus should be it. So as you guys start this using remotely, whatever, as you guys try to foster and work on it, two things must come into play. That is discipline and focus. Then for me to rise to be a member of parliament, I must be very disciplined and very focused on what you want. So the objective that you guys have set for this group, that is to go out there, sensitize our young people, grow together as a team. Please, despite the politics around you, don't be swayed by all of this, love is that, I don't know who this. Make sure your agenda remains one, that you want to go together and embrace everyone, regardless of their position in society. Go out there, talk to our young people, sensitize them, tell them the reasons why they need to be together and grow together. Na mkisahau pia kuambia, they need to go out there, give their votes, and when they come, we will go out there and vote.
I appreciate her in a special way for the good work that she's been able to do. Comrades power! Comrades power! Comrades viva! Thank you so much to Honorable Mheshimiwa Fred Ouda, to our guests who are here, who are joining us in this region, to my friend Boniface Oguta Kachi. Most of you do not know the journey that this guy has taken to be where he is today. Immediately after post-election violence in 2002, he mobilized a group of young artists and they came up with a national theme song for this particular region called Sita Usa Mawe Tena. And to date, that song has shaped the direction of young people in this region. And we are even celebrating him more because of the resilience. That was then and is still there, pursuing the same path of freedom, pursuing the same path of justice, and ensuring that youth get their space. Thank you so much, and we're really humbled and honored to be with you. Let me also appreciate the organizers of this event and the launch, Phyl Nyanza, led by my friend Mbaka. We really appreciate so much. Coming together as young people is the greatest thing that can happen to our region and to our place. My name is Bobins Ochieng. I'm the current Chief Officer
in charge of education, technical training, innovation, and social services in the county government of Kisumu. So I'm here on that capacity, and that is why I'm also here as the guest speaker for today. So I'm really humbled and honored to be in your presence. And I want to appreciate you in a special way for creating time to be here. Tulijipigia makofi. Hii ni watu wa maana sana. Watu wa nguvu, si ndio? Because there's something that you feel like needs to be worked on. There's a time I was living in Manyata, and I was paying rent 1,000 Kenya shillings on a borrowed mattress, and that room didn't have electricity. I'm the first one to start an M-Pesa business in Kibuye, so I will commute day in and day out. And in 2014, in my M-Pesa shop, something happened tragic, where my old brother plus the person that I had employed were shot and they were killed. And that made me to think a lot, and I left the space and joined the youth space, and we became very much active on the youth space and also with the creatives. How many of you know people like Apesi? Costa Juan, Max Okelo? Yeah. We used to have a very active program called Poetic Hour, and that is where all these people emerged from. And Bonnie is a witness. Tuko na Dante pale, anajua hii mambo yote vile that path and that journey has been. And then when it came to 2015-2016 financial year, there was an issue with the county. And there was a budget that was meant for young people at a cost of 4 billion just to work on Kanyakwar Wall. And we said this is not going to work. And we mobilized ourselves, staged a demonstration, and we were tear gassed. And men in black were sent to us by the former Governor Jack Ranguma. That was the first demonstration for the young people. I've never seen any other demonstration that happened after that. But thereafter, we decided together with Bonnie and other team that we are not going to approach the dynamics of leadership in this direction. We must change our tactics. And I developed a document called Kisumu County Youth Manifesto. That was a bigger document within the face of Kisumu County. And we mobilized young people, and we sat at Sitam. Youths came all the way from Semen. Vijana walitoka from Onenanam in Semen, in Moroni. They came all the way from Gorandengo Panga in Yakach to come to Kisumu just to have a conversation with the senator by then, who was an aspirant for governor position. And the meeting was very productive, and it was successful to an extent that the youth who came made a declaration that they are supporting the professor by then to be the governor of Kisumu County. That was a direction that we took. And I'm telling you this story so that you, as young people who are now in that space, there are things that you are able to do, especially if you combine your efforts together. Mheshimiwa hapa anasema order, that young people have numbers, they are vibrant, you are energetic, you are innovative, and there are things that we can do when we become a team and a united force. I want to disagree with Bonnie that sometimes you have to be in this camp and be in that camp. Let us young people ensure that we mobilize and make an informed decision and say this is the direction and this is the leadership that is understanding our plight and is going to change our situation. Because even in the Bible, in the book of Psalms 133, the Bible says that how good and pleasant when brothers dwell together. It is like that very precious oil Paul in the head of Aaron trickling down to his beards, and he concludes by saying that is where God commands his blessing. There will never be blessing, and there will never be progress. There will never be a meaningful development. There will never be an employment opportunity for young people if we are disintegrated and if we are not united. So it starts with unity. We must bring our energy together, our numbers together collectively, and ensure that we chart a path that is good for us. The other day I met some young people, and about 20 of them. And after a conversation, now we are looking at their status in terms of the voting right. And out of 20, I can tell you only 4 young people who have attained the age of 18 and they have identification card have registered as voters. What does that tell us? That we believe that we will have leadership without taking part actively in the voting. It will not happen. We'll make noise on social media. Mutasupport UDA hapa na mseme UDA ameenda, lakini mtamwangusha because it does not have numbers that counts at the time that it is required. Unanielewa? So as young people, we must mobilize and ensure that we have voters card. We must mobilize and ensure that we want vote. With our energy, we can mobilize and ensure, and with our innovativeness, that we have even agents in every polling station. We can mobilize and ensure that we have even security and we guard our votes, and we can ensure that we even have parallel tallying center with the technology, with the AI and everything. When they stream, we stream. When they count, we count. When they display, we display. When they announce, we announce. When we don't feel that the figures are not tallying with us, we raise our hands and our voices. Because our voice is our power. My voice, my power. My voice, my voice. So young people, let us not just sit and think that things are just right. They are not. They shall never be right. It has to be done by us. We have to sit down, make an informed decision, and take the bold step and do what is necessary. I have to say this, but allow me to say it, because it's something that we must talk about. The challenge with our region that has never been there is leadership. And I want to say this with honesty and with humility. When the former president Moi was in power, there were tarmac roads in Rift Valley, even in rural areas. Mpaka ng'ombe ilikuwa inapupulia, kondoo inakojolea, watu wanaanika mahindi huko. When Moi was in power, there were electricities even in rural areas. In 2002, moving from Kisumu to Kericho was a nightmare because of the status of the road. In 2007, there was no electricity in Katiti, where Mbaka is coming from. You can confirm that. 2007, there was no electricity. Sisi tukitaka kuweka stima tunaambiwa lazima kuwe na permanent house or a permanent structure. It used to happen. That is the government that we are in. That is your government. That is my government. In 2002, when Kibaki got into power, that is when Equity Bank emerged. That is when all media emerged. That is when all mushrooming universities who are private and owned by Kikuyus emerged. What does that tell you when it comes to leadership? Boni has actually said it here, that for the longest time our region has been known for violence. The business that were there by then, they closed and went away. What happens to new coming businesses? They could not find their footage because of the hostility of the business environment. And therefore, when we are talking about leadership here, we must take it seriously. Right now, we had a number of young people who finished KCSE 2025, 993,000. Only 222,000 students got direct placement to the university. What happens to almost 700,000? Where are they going to? Where are their spaces? Where are the technical training institute? Mheshimiwa hapa amesema amefanya hapa review for 5 years. Where is our technical training institute, which is a mandate of national government in Kisumu Central? Where is it? So the problem that we've done and across board is that we have been voting politicians and not leaders who are able to transform, who are able to see things administratively, not politically. So when we are mobilizing, when we are talking about leadership, let us see people with substance, people who are able to change our situation, not people who are looking for this situation for political gain, for the purpose of politics, but for transformation of our life, of our young people. Are we together? So I want to promise that this journey that I started here, we are going to walk it together. We are not going to tire because we started the journey sometimes back, and Bonnie is here with us. And now Mbaka has joined together with the team that is here. We are not going to stop at any given point. We must ensure that tables are turned. We must make sure that young people have the rightful space. And we must make sure that even these positions for the young people, they are occupied by young people. We must make sure that Article 55 of the Constitution is fully implemented to the latter by the national government. And there are the things that if you give me an opportunity to go to the National Assembly, we will challenge and ensure that they happen. Hallelujah. So thank you so much. I don't have much to say, but my humble plea that as we work together, also work with me for the Kisumu Central Member of Parliament position 2027. Thank you.
Appreciate tena tafadhali. All right, so that was our guest speaker. Now I'd like to invite back our chief speaker to come and also speak for a while. After that, naona watu wanaangalia nyuma jomona sahani kwa counter. Sahani, masaya sahani. Aya, sawa. So we'll finish with the speech. After that, we will get into the cake session where we will officially launch our organization. Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much. Habari zenu tena. I'm a human rights practitioner. Na najua one of the rights tuko nayo ni right to. So sitawachelewesha sawa sawa. I rejected the title honorable so that nisikuwe combined na waheshimiwa. I'm not a politician sawa. But mheshimiwa has pointed out Article 55. which is in the Bill of Rights. So my challenge is, Boniface ametuongoza, he has given out copies of Constitution. Please read the Constitution. Focus on Chapter 4 of the Constitution. You will learn everything. I'll throw a challenge to Mheshimiwa. In case God says you are the one, please go and... God has said. God has said. Please, there is a new act. I've not started my contribution, but there is an act of parliament which was recently passed, Persons with Disabilities Act, and it has provided 5% quota for employment in any organization, public organizations. 5% of the employees must be what? Persons with disability. So we want 5% of the employees be youth. Simple. Yeah, that's a challenge I'm trying to ensure. I'll just remind, my name is Abdikadir Adam. We work with Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. Kenya National Commission on Human Rights is a state agency. It's a constitutional commission. We have been created by that constitution, Article 59. So because of time, I will not go much into the formalistic or details of the constitution. We have our copies, and I'll find another opportunity through the leadership of the Phyl to come and talk to you about specific details of
what human rights are. So congratulations, Bwana Chairman and Secretary and all the officials. This is a right step in the right direction, but you have just started. You have a long way to go, but the beginning is extremely promising, and on behalf of the Commission, we offer our support. Sadly, it might not be financial because Waheshimiwas have deprived us of finances through Parliament. So, but we have advocates of the High Court of Kenya. I'm one of them. We have lawyers at the office who can guide you, who can offer support. In terms of civic empowerment, we are ready. Anywhere you will go in Kisumu, please invite us. We will come for free. We will offer legal aid services. We will talk to the people. We will talk to young people. So please feel free. Personally, I'm available, and I'll ensure that once you invite us, we will provide officers to support you. That is an opportunity for partnership. Number two, you have highlighted, the panel has ably highlighted the challenges the young people face, but you have not mentioned drug abuse, which is indeed a menace. Mnakubaliana? Ama we don't do that. Is drug an issue by the way in Kisumu? Yeah? 3 weeks ago, I attended a launch by Nakada, and the statistics they have given about Kisumu County is indeed worrying. So many of our young people are getting what? Wasted, sadly. So it is through Phyl and other youth-led organizations that we can change this narrative. I know unemployment is a big issue, but it's never an excuse for someone to go to drugs. My final point, I have seen there is need for proper education on the Constitution and relevant laws. I have heard people mention Social Media Act. I have heard people mention under the Constitution there is this and this. So I think, yes, you have an idea, but we really need to sit down, get a forum with you, so that we can train you on every article of the Constitution. The act that has been passed by Parliament, which regulates social media, it's not called Social Media Act. It is Cybercrime, Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act. By the way, that act is deadly. The Constitution has given us what? Right of expression, ya kujieleza. But on the other hand, there is responsibility. So we must balance the rights we have vis-a-vis the responsibility. So you have to claim for your rights responsibly. So my plea to the chairman and the officials, I think we need to, even starting with your members, we need to educate one-on-one on the Bill of Rights and the relevant laws. So if you can have that kind of a forum, we are happy to help. May I convey the congratulations of the Commission and the entire office. Actually, we wanted to come here a big team, but sadly there is a case of human rights violation that has occurred yesterday night. So they are handling that case. They were not able to join us. So please receive their greetings from our Salimia Sana, and you are welcome to visit our office. The Commission mandate yake ni promotion and protection of human rights, but somebody might ask only what is the difference. So feel free. The office is a public office. It's not government office. You will be offered services for free. Any legal question you have, if it is on land right, maybe you want to be guided on succession process, maybe there is an assault case and you have not been assisted by police, maybe you have gone to a certain hospital and your right to enter will be violated, maybe there is a person who has been detained at police station without being taken to court. Maybe your relative is being mishandled in prisons. Maybe they are being tortured in prisons. Whatever it is, human rights is quite wide. That's why I said it is the whole of chapter 4. So in case of any questions, please visit our office. If you can't visit the office, you can also reach us through mobile phones. They are all on our website. You can write email to us. So you will be guided. If the matter is not within our mandate, of course, we will guide you and formally refer to the relevant agencies. If there is a problem with government offices, let us also know. We will advise you appropriately. All our services are free. So ukiona mtu wa human rights anakuuliza mambo ya payment, let's know that that is not ours. So with that, just to add, we have a number of strategies as an office. One is complaint processing, and then you can complain or you can seek for guidance. 2, we do investigations. 3, we do public interest litigation. This means going to court. If the matters cannot be handled by the relevant government offices, we normally proceed to court and represent the victims. A key example is the victims of 2017 post-election violence. Sadly, the process is very slow, but it's beyond our abilities as a constitutional, as a commission, because it depends with the speed of the judiciary. But we are representing victims of the post-election violence of 2017. The case has been brought to Kisumu from Nairobi, and there was even a mention last week. So the matter is on. We are also representing the victims of Gen Z Mandanenos, and they recently, what is it called? The demonstration called by Azimio, the 2022 Sufuria movement. We know a number of, actually let me say, very many young people were affected by those violence. So we are also representing them in court. The matter has been concluded and we are waiting for judgment. Hopefully they will be compensated. That is a public interest litigation. So we do advocacy, we do partnership, we do also ADR. Cases that are not necessarily for court, we handle them through mediation. We bring parties together, we help them reach amicable solution. So karibuni sana. As I have said, the office is located at the Insurance Plaza, 3rd floor, and Mr. Chairman knows where we are, he can guide you. I don't know if I've left any question out or any point out. If there is any question or consultation, I'll be told baadaye. Asanteni sana for inviting us. You have just launched a strategic plan that covers until 2029, and we are just starting. Please act responsibly. 2027 is coming. Don't be consumed by politics. That is my plea. Don't be consumed by politics. As an individual, you have your right to vote whoever you want. See, that's your right. So if you are intimidated from voting for the person you want, then we can come in as a commission, because your right to vote is under threat or being infringed. But as an association, you carry many people together. You carry one who prefers me as a candidate, the other one prefers Boniface, the other one prefers Joseph. So let us respect each other's right to choice. Sindio? It will be very sad mukipigana because of politics, and 2027 September that will inaisha. Sindio? But you have what? A long term. You need partnership with donors. You need what? Partnership with government agencies. Ama you want to die by 2027? Phyl is there to live, sindio?
Phil is there too. For you to live, please be very careful with politics. Have your choice, respect the choice of your brother, because politics is about persuasion. Whoever persuades you carries the day. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys, man. Comrades power! Viva comrades, viva! Viva comrades, viva! Comrades, thank you guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, our esteemed dignitaries gathered here today, including our guest of honor. I'll call you Honorable Abdikader Adan, because we were given a very strict instruction by your senior that you are going to present her, and we are here in her capacity. So at this moment, you are Honorable Abdikader Adan. Sasa, our Honorable Bobin Sechen, Chief of Education of Kisumu County, aspiring member of Parliament Kisumu Central, our youth leader, chief activist here in Kisumu. These young people, most of them look after women. Yeah. So, and my fellow youth leader gathered here, including all the vibrant souls gathered here. I stand before you as the chairman of the Pamoja Haki Youth League CBO. My name is Mbaka Joseph. Good afternoon. Let me talk about Phyl. I know a lot has been said, but just to brush it off before to cut the cake, so Phyl is an nonpartisan youth-led community-based organization rooted here in Kisumu on the principles of justice, truth, and progress. Our mission is clear: to mobilize and educate youth to demand and uphold justice, while our vision is a just and prosperous county led by fearless young people. Fearless, not just fearless, but fearless, empowered young people. Today, we officially launched this vision into action. And today in this inspiring space, the Baraza Media Lab in Lekbezi Mall, we are not just launching an organization, but a movement. A beacon of hope under the theme Youths United for Justice and Empowerment. Fellow comrades, imagine, if you will, a Kisumu where every young voice echoes with power, where the shadows of injustices are chased away by the light of our unity. That's the vision that ignited the formation of this organization. Comrades power. This vision has been born by passionate youths like you and me. And Phyl is not just a CBO. It's a promise to stand tall against inequality and to advocate fearlessly for justice and human rights. And today, as we unveil our constitution and our program, we want to declare that the time for waiting is over. The era of action has begun. Viva comrades, viva! Let me paint a picture of what unites us. Amid the challenges in the bustling streets of Kisumu, the challenges of poverty, unemployment, insecurity, police brutality, and yes, the scourge of gender-based violence that disproportionately silence our sisters and brothers, we as Phyl members will see potential. GBV is not just a statistic. It's a thief that robs futures, fractures families, and dims the spark in young eyes. But here at Phyl, we do not let that one to define us. We vehemently refuse, fellow comrades, that such tools to define our movement.
Through our anti-bullying initiatives, we will create safe spaces, empower survivors with knowledge and support, and engage men and boys as allies in this fight. We will challenge harmful norms with civic education. As it was said, there is truly need for civic education on constitution and human rights. That is one of the core objectives and one of the factors that determine the foundation of this organization. And as you read in our overview profile, you'll understand that Phyl was inspired by the uprising of the 2024 Gen Z protest. Fellow comrades, I stand here today, not that I know much about Phyl or about justice. I can't do it as an individual. That is why we decided to share this idea amongst us young people. We still need more members. As my Secretary General explained to you, we need 1,500 youths in this movement. That is our mission by 2029. So as you live here today, make sure you create time for yourself, internalize what you've learned today, and join this movement. I want to say to our honored guests, Honorable Abdulkadir Adam, your talents at KNCHR inspires us to hold human rights as our guiding star. Honorable Beverly Socheng, your inspirational speech and keynote speech today has been of a great motivation to these young people sitting here today. We will remember not to forget that when we know the news, you stood with us. And Boniface Akachi, your reputation precedes you on matters in justice and human rights. We know what you've done in these streets of Kisumu. We are truly inspired with your work. And as I started by saying, most of these young people look up to you. And you being here today is a testament that when leaders gather, great things happen. My youth leaders, look around. We are about 70 to 100. Imagine we are gathered here today and ready to tackle challenges head on. Our program today from insightful panel on injustices to networking, that we are now going to have our lunch and refreshments. These are designed to spark ideas among us. So as you will be taking your lunch, fellow leaders, I will request you remain behind. Let us bond and share ideas. Today, in the next 10 minutes, 2030, we will not just close an event. We will open doors to mentorship program, leadership workshops, and partnership that echoes far beyond these walls. Friends, let us rise the mood higher. Picture this at Kisumu, where every young girl walks without fear. Every youth yields justice like a superpower. That is our Phyl legacy. Nelson Mandela once said that it is always seems impossible until it is done. And today, we do it. Together we rise. Together we empower. Together we claim justice. Thank you everyone, pamoja for haki. Asanteni sana. Let us make this launch legendary. Comrades, power! Viva Comrades, viva! Thank you so much.
Go, wote, tunaruka wote. Are you ready? Kila mtu weka mikono juu. 1, 2, weka. Sasa twende. Nipe mkono mbili juu. Kila mtu. It's officially launched, sindio? Are you ready? 1, 2. Wangapi wanajua hii? 1, 2, 3, go! Twende. DJ Bruno. Yeah.
So my name is Boniface Ogutwakach, human rights defender based in Kisumu, and a young person who is passionate about fighting for social justice within our communities. It has really been a pleasure to come and attend this very historic launch of young people who've also come forward to give their life in the struggle of justice. Phyl has a challenging task because a lot of young people face injustices ranging from police brutality to the inequalities in our communities that is really rising, to unemployment, to corruption that has really affected young people. So when young people organize in their own space to fight for this very terrible system and situation that we are facing, we must all put our hands together. It was very important for me to attend this because this gave us an opportunity as a people, as a community, to speak to matters that are dear to us, especially young people.
Thank you so much. My name is Boris Ochieng. I'm the Chief Officer in charge of Education, Technical Training, Innovation and Social Services, County Government of Kisumu. Today I'm so much excited to be here in the presence of young, vibrant, energetic young people who have decided that unity is the only factor that will be able to take them to the next level. And most importantly, the most important thing is that these young people have come together to ensure that we live in a peaceful environment as a county and even in the entire region of Nyanza. These young people, they want to ensure that justice is part of their day-to-day activity, that they also pursue what we call accountability and openness with those in the offices. So this is a very important platform that has just started, and I know it's going to reach out and reverberate across the entire region and ensure that young people come together so that their voices can be heard, their voices can be important, and most importantly, the issues that are affecting young people, the social ills, are able to be addressed, and most importantly, even the issue of unemployment and underemployment needs to be addressed.
A youth-led initiative that it has become officially a CBO. Our main objective is to get youth together and get us fighting, because we have a big role to play in the society right now. And the only way we can do it is as a one front, and Phyl welcomes you all to work together with us so that we can take this vehicle home.
We have a rollout plan on some of the activities we want to do immediately after the launch. We want to conduct civic education, ensure that we mobilize our young people to register as voters and take necessary precautions during the campaigns and during the political season.
Nyanza ndo bebe, si ndio? Tuonyesha watu wa mwisho, sawa? Wameniambia pesa yangu imeisha. Weka hapa. Twende na leo. Nyinyi wengine mtupigie makofi. Wapi kelele? Nataka kipongezi. Kuna dance inaenda pole pole ukirudi hivi. Ambia jirani wale wa TikTok maisha mafupi Usipoimba ukuli keka hapa. Haya, kila mtu piga makofi. Tam tam tam, keki ni tamu. Aye, ololo.